Здорово-здорово, с вами Сода, и мы продолжаем проходить столпы земли из пепла. Так, на прошлом эпизоде Джек Джексон сжег собор, и теперь мы собираемся выстроить новый, плюс король Стефан напал, ну не то чтобы король Стефан, а как его звали? Я забыла имя этого мужика. Ладно, короче, в поддержку короля Стефана они напали на Винчестеров, получается. Его звали Хам. Ладно, вспомним, наверное, потом. И так, нам опять дали управление за Фрэнсиса? За Филиппа. Боже, у меня плохая память на имена.
Bartholomew and his followers would have only been the first wave. Robert of Gloucester remains and he will attack.
And that's what you keep telling us. Maybe because the king likes to hear that you share his worries about Robert of Gloucester.
Robert of Gloucester wants to see his sister on the throne. He will attack. And the Welsh will fight on his side. You mark my words.
No, I won't just leave. I must do something to help our priory.
Да, я вспомнила еще. Мы хотим деньги для того, чтобы построить этот же, да? Слово Божье. Собор заново. Ой.
How could you let her get away? That little bitch.
I will find her, Mother. She was here? Why?
To see her father, of course. But that won't help her. She has already made a fool of you once. Don't let it happen again.
No, Mother.
Так, надеюсь, дрель не слышно сильно. Так. Что нам надо делать? Епископ Генри считает, что признание Бартоломью может нам помочь. Ага, это граф же, да?
Monk, it's about time you showed up.
Huh? Regan Hamley? We have not been formally introduced.
You are a fool.
Huh?
Is that formal enough for you, Monk?
Huh?
You don't understand any of this, do you? It's as
Извините?
if you've never
better
set
call
a
me
single
father.
foot out. How you let yourself be used by those two greedy bishops, I'll never know. Waleran wants the lands of the earldom for himself. Henry knows that. Say something. You don't believe me, do you, Monk?
Why would Waleran bring me then?
To plead his case. If Stephen had not believed him, Waleran would have sent you forward.
Да ну.
I know you don't trust me, but your bishops are no different from me. You are at a crossroads.
Заткнись просто. Shut
I don't
up.
believe you.
Of course you don't, you fool. Ride with my son, William. Just a few hours. I will prove to you that Waleran will betray you.
All right. I will ride with your son, if only to prove you wrong.
Very well. Maybe you're not a fool after all. But do not let the bishops see you. William,
What?
ride with Father Philip. Do as I said.
Вот да, Хамлей. Уильям Хамлей. Точно. Вспомнила.
William Hamley declined to tell me where we were heading. He enjoyed keeping me in the dark and forcing me to follow his lead. Sometimes he sped ahead on his war horse, and it took me some effort to catch up. But sooner or later he would stop and wait, sneering as I rejoined him.
Ой, это я должна нажимать.
On one occasion he stood there urinating against a rock. When I caught up with him, he turned without covering himself. He found my shock at his shameful behavior comical. He laughed, got back into the saddle, spurred his horse and rode off. Again I followed, hoping this journey had not been another horrible mistake.
Так. Я догнал Уильяма. Ну, тут больше нет вроде. Да.
Near a bridge, I found William with a group of washerwomen. He was shouting at them. When I arrived, I could only hear their replies. They said that they had not seen a girl or a boy fitting his description. A younger, blonde woman said that even if she had seen the girl, she would not tell him.
Короче, он
Apparently, she had heard of William Hamley.
жадно ищет Альену, да?
William grabbed the startled-looking woman by the arm. He shoved his right hand under her
What
skirt.
the fuck?
She started crying. The other women asked William to stop, but were afraid to anger him. William turned and grinned when he saw me approaching.
Говорим.
When he heard my words, William's grin faded. He pushed the young woman away. The other women looked at me in a strange way. They must have asked themselves why a monk would ride with such a man as William. We rode off, and William stared at me full of spite. I told him I pitied him. I did not tell him why, because I had no words for it. We did not talk after that. Not for a long time.
Остановка.
William
Хейсты
talked to more
хейсты вышли.
strangers along the way. First, I believed he was asking for directions. Then I realized that money was changing hands. William was paying these people for information. I was glad that for now he had lost interest in hurting others. Then I saw an old woman pointing William to a bearded man on a horse. William called the man a horse
Шпион?
thief. Then he grinned and signaled the puzzled man to get on his horse and ride with him. They rode faster and faster, and I could not hear what more they talked about. William bluntly threatened to have the man hanged for stealing a horse of his, and then ordered him to hunt down the real thieves in exchange for his life. The man laughed as if he had made a great bargain. William even paid him. Before the man rode off north, William mentioned a name. Aliena.
Oh,
And I prayed that whatever William's plan was, that it would fail. Then William waved at me to ride faster. I reckoned we had to be close to where Lady Hamley wanted us to go. Not long after, my stomach turned as I realized just where exactly we were bound.
доехали до дворца епископа, да?
Just a moment.
What?
You know very well that Bishop Waleran is in Winchester now. So what are we doing here?
No idea. Mother never tells me anything. She treats me and Father like damn children. It's a wonder Father ever got to fuck her in the first place. But here I am, and I'm starving. Damn, I'm starving.
Where are you going?
In there.
No.
I'm sure the bishop would want to see me well fed. We won't be staying long, so whatever it is you gotta do it fast. How can I help you? How about you step aside?
Так надо проходить-то чисто. Зачем Риган Хамлей отправила нас сюда? Что скрывает Уолриан? Узнать, что скрывает Уолриан, местоположение дворец епископа Уолриана.
William forgot to close his saddlebag.
Копаемся в письмо из сидельной сумки, Уильям. Письмо, датированное январем 1136 года. Уильям, твое беспокойство вполне объяснимо. Убийство — грех, и грешников ждет ад. Но как убийство может быть грехом, если оно совершается с целью защитить Бога и нашу церковь? В такой священной битве ты становишься мечом Господа, как и все храбрые и доблестные рыцари, участвующие в наших крестовых походах на святую землю. Вера — их щит, и грехи их прощены. Ты меч ты меч Господа, в то время как я епископ его десница. И до тех пор, пока десница направляет меч, твои грехи будут прощены. Епископ Follett бьет. Suspicious. Very suspicious. Пойду подслушаю. Да. А что мне делать еще? Ага. Срубленный лес.
What is that?
Силуэты. Что-то построили, да? Олриан тут что-то строит. Но что именно?
Is
А
this
можно
why
как-то...
Regan Hamley thinks that Waleran wants the lands of Shiring for himself? He is the bishop. He can do as he pleases. Perhaps he's just building a guest house. No, what in the name of Christ is he building out there?
Упс. Я бы лучше удалился, но уж раз я здесь... В смысле, надо возвращаться? Что ж...
You, please.
Тимати.
I saw you arriving with him. I don't know who you are, but you have to help me.
С чем? Он там дебоширить начал?
What happened?
He forced me to serve him food. He took the Lord's name in vain. And he pushed me and touched me.
Фу, почему он такой
Oh, God.
похабный?
Ah, the monk. Oh. Did the boy call you? So what? Did he ask you for help?
He didn't have to say anything. I knew you would get us in trouble.
Trouble. Me? We're young men, he and I play rough. So what?
I asked you to leave.
Ew.
And that is what we will do. What will the bishop think of your behavior?
Listen, we're all on the same side here.
We are not.
You, me, him, we're all working for the bishop. He won't mind. I play rough, so what?
Я привык играть жестко.
We are all men of God. Well,
You are a sinner.
Напугаем его.
so what? Everyone is. The bishop told me. But my sins are forgiven.
Why would you think that?
Серьезно?
I took Earl's castle for him.
Your parents agreed to arrest Bartholomew because they wanted his earldom.
Who cares what they think? I felled Bartholomew's men with my sword. The old man was begging me for his life. On his knees, he begged me. I did it for the bishop. But hey, I'm sure you did great things for him as well. You think my father took Earl's castle?
I pity you.
Again? You dare to say that again? You pity me. I pity you. You're not a man. Neither of you are.
We are men of God.
A man kills, and a man fucks. And no one talks down to me. No one.
Ew.
I know you saw me and that whore at the river. I would have fucked that woman if it hadn't been for you.
And what would that have achieved?
Им так легко
She'd have learnt her
манипулировать.
lesson. And don't you think I noticed how you spied on me and that horse thief? I should kill you for that. I should. Let me tell you, I will fuck Bartholomew's whore of a daughter. I will fuck her good. I'm a man. Damn it, I'd fuck the boy if that was the only way to put him in his place. Hell, he looks like he'd enjoy it too.
Not even God would forgive those sins.
Of course he would. He already did. The bishop told me.
Then the bishop is wrong.
Епископ теперь...
We're on the same side here. Now, we will stay here a while longer, as I've not finished eating. Shit.
Это я должна говорить shit. Почему я забрала тарелку? Грязная тарелка, похоже, Уильям просто швырнул ее. Что я делаю?
If the bishop finds out about this,
Я просто
I have to
убираюсь.
fix it. I have to fix it.
Как его заставить? Нож взять? И чё? Типа... типа в более нормальном ключе положить?
Better. There, that looks better.
Is it better? Заставить Уильяма посмотреть в огонь, показать Уильяму каменный барельеф. А как его заставить уйти? Просто огонь. Грешники. Раз уж он так легко
Throw them into
манипулирует.
the blazing furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
What?
Hell. It is a depiction of hell. I told you of heaven and hell once before. Do you remember?
Of course.
The bishop said the relief intimidates even his most impious visitors. They all fear death.
I'm not afraid to die.
Do not fear those who kill the body. Rather fear him who can destroy both soul and body. In hell.
Who's he?
The devil. A fallen angel.
I have nothing to be afraid of.
The cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters and all liars. Their souls are the devil's. They will all go to hell.
Stop it! Hell is far away. I'm not afraid.
И ты не уйдешь. Что еще можно сделать?
Make him go. I want him to leave.
Огонь? Просто тут больше нет вариантов.
And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire.
What's that?
It's from the scripture. The end of days.
The second death of the sinners.
Bishop Waleran said that if a sinner stares into the flame, the devil stares back from the lake of fire.
What?
I can't see him.
Ты, у него уже крыша едет, что ли?
What is it?
We ride back to Winchester. Now!
What happened?
Maybe he saw things to come.
How can I thank you?
Не, мы должны узнать.
Tell me, what is being built out there?
What?
A substantial construction is underway, it seems.
Yes, but
What is it?
a castle. The bishop is building a castle.
Уоллерен строит замок, ему не хватает материалов.
A castle?
Ага.
Why a castle?
I don't know. It is not for me to ask or question the bishop.
Of course.
And I doubt it's for you to question him either. That man, William, had no idea why you two came here, had he? You came here to spy on the bishop. You brought
ты
this
ему
man
менти.
here.
I...
Leave. Go.
There you are. My son seemed thoughtful when he returned.
You priests and your talk. You always get to him.
He seemed more excited after talking to your bishop, though. Then again, we know Waleran is good with words. Don't we, my husband?
Of course, yes.
Speaking of Waleran, what did you find, monk?
Стоит ли вообще говорить им? Думаю, нет-то.
I am not sure.
You must have seen it. Are you that blind? Bishop Waleran Bygod is building a castle, and he
Она
used
уже
up
знает.
every stone and every tree on his own lands. He claims he wants Bartholomew's land for your cathedral. But what Waleran wants is a castle.
He's always been like that.
Not long ago, you doubted my word. Do you still doubt me now, Father?
What do you want from me?
As Prior of Kingsbridge, you will agree that my husband shall have the whole earldom of Shiring.
And why would I do you a favor like that?
Because we will support the rebuilding of your cathedral with our stones and our timber.
The
Нихера
king can
себе
live up to all of his
хитрая.
promises, and Waleran gets nothing.
That is our offer. What do you say?
Но с одной стороны, мне нужны камни и, ну, вообще, материалы, да? Чтобы отстроить собор. Но с другой стороны, пошли они нахер.
No, we have no deal.
Why not?
We made you a good offer.
Ну, не то, что... Мы же манипуляторы, да?
You need me. The king still considers giving all the lands of the earldom to Waleran to rebuild our cathedral. You need this deal with me just as much as I do.
This is... Oh. We taught this fool well, it seems.
What are your terms, father?
Уйти, не заключая сделку, поделить графство. Что делают умные люди? Раз уж все воюют за земли, думаю, что мы
What is
тоже
more
это сделаем.
valuable, arable land or forest?
Arable land, of course.
Then you shall have the arable and I'll have the forest.
I need the forest to hunt. An earl must have his hunting grounds.
You can hunt there. I just want the timber for my cathedral.
Ugh.
Which do you want, the cattle pastures or the sheep grazings?
The pasture.
Then I'll have the hill farms with their sheep. Would you like the income from markets or the quarry?
Suppose we said the quarry.
You won't, though, will you?
No. We'll take the markets. You can have the stones.
It is agreed, then?
We have a pact. My husband will let the king know of our agreement. Bishop Waleran will be quite surprised. You will see his true face when he does not get what he wants.
Я какую-то херню строю и сама не понимаю, что я делаю, если честно. Пытаюсь манипулировать людьми, но в итоге... Ну ладно, в принципе, получается как будто. А как заставить графа сознаться?
Good day.
You come to visit someone in my jail, Father? Or do you want to pick out a nice warm cell for yourself?
How dare you?
Oh, I'm just pulling your leg. See? A smile. Just for you, Father.
Спасибо. И чё?
Bishop Henry sends me.
The bishop, eh? What does he want?
He wants me to talk to Bartholomew of Shiring.
Bartholomew of Shiring. Ah. It's only Bartholomew now. It's his 4th day without bread. Soon he won't even be Bartholomew anymore.
Bartholomew. I am Brother Philip. We have never met, but I am responsible for your fate.
No one ever chose my fate for me. I choose my fate.
Why did you go against the king?
Stephen sent you. Why would you side with the usurper?
I was asked to make you confess.
Stronger men tried that before you. Why should I confess to you?
I am responsible for your arrest. I found a letter you wrote to the Earl of Gloucester. My Bishop Waleran showed it to Percy Hamley.
Oh. And why?
What?
Why would your bishop do that?
To prevent a war and to help the church.
Of course. I have no sins to confess. My only regret is that I failed.
I will not tell the king that. They will kill you.
They have already done that. Monk, tell them that I confessed.
To what?
All of it. Treason.
But
the son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father. Tell Stephen that as well.
you know the scripture.
Richard and Aliena, my children, they must live.
And a good day to you too, Father.
Ah, Philip. What is it?
Would you not rather build a castle, my bishop?
What?
A castle like this, I mean. Do you not find this place remarkable? Winchester Castle?
Of course. It is.
About Bartholomew's confession.
Maybe you can get him to confess.
I do not believe my prior can do more than you could, Henry.
Perhaps he knows he will die, no matter what he says.
Не, я не
Maybe I should
буду.
come back tomorrow.
Yes, there is not much a monk can do here.
Yes, your bishop and I will do what we can to help your priory.
Боже.
My loyal subject, Percy Hamley, today becomes the Earl of Sharing. Of the former Earl's possessions, Percy shall have the castle. And all the land that is tenanted to knights, plus all other arable land and low-lying pasture.
I swear by all that is holy to be your liegeman, and to fight for you against any other.
My king...
Ah, yes. Of course, I have not forgotten the worries of my bishops. The Earl of Sharing himself, Percy here, solved this problem for me. Thanks to him, I can uphold my promise. Don't worry, Bishop Waleran. Kingsbridge shall be rebuilt. Percy told me of a man here whom my brother has not yet introduced. Come forward, Prior.
My brother, may I present to you Philip of Gwynedd?
My king.
You seem afraid. What are you worried about?
I'm worried about my priory and the cathedral.
I heard about the fire. How are you managing?
On the day of the fire, God sent us a builder, but we cannot pay him.
Don't worry, you can. Now, about the arrangement between you and Percy Hamley. He insisted that I give the sheep grazings belonging to the former Earl to the Priory of Kingsbridge. The Priory will also have the right to take stone from the Earl's quarry and timber from his forest. I wholeheartedly agree with the plan you two have devised. It shall be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, my lord.
It seems unnecessarily complicated to give the land to the bishop. Percy told me that you, Father Philip, share that sentiment. He told me it was your idea to take up the burden of managing the rebuilding of the cathedral yourself.
Wonderful.
I'm glad that we all were able to help you, Bishop Waleran, in this pressing matter. After all you have done for me.
Thank you, Lord King.
Bartholomew lost everything in his attempt to end my reign. This morning he was found dead in his cell. I've heard that you, Prior, worry for his children, Richard and Aliena.
Он просто умер.
While they shall lose their status, their name, and their land, they shall go free, wherever they are.
Хотя бы отпустил.
You must be very proud, Lady Hamley.
Of course. Father Philip has been very understanding in all this.
Yes, he is remarkable. Very remarkable.
My husband and I were terrified when we heard about the fire in Kingsbridge. It is a blessing that we can help him and his priory now.
You sowed the wind, Philip.
Это Филипп хитрый, не. Столпы земли из пепла, глава 6. Так, произошедшие события. Вы проведали Бартоломью в его камере. О, боже, я уже читать не могу. Вы проведали Бартоломью в его камере. Вы с Уильямом отправились во дворец епископа и узнали секрет Уолриана, что он строит себе замок, да? И, конечно же, мы его не отдали. Нафиг. Ну, по счастливым случайностям, по репликам, которым я выбирала, мы не дали ему. Хотя, возможно, может как-то перепройти еще раз когда-нибудь. Так, слуга епископа Уолриана начал вас подозревать. Это да. Вы заключили очень выгодное соглашение с семьей Хамлей. То есть можно было избежать этого подозрения. Очень выгодное соглашение с семьей Хамлей, и епископ Уолриан считает, что вы предали его. Ну, сори, как бы я строю собор, а ты строишь себе замок. Это очень эгоистично, брат. И кажется, это последняя глава вроде, или нет? 7 глава, несколько недель спустя.
Is everyone ready? Yes, everyone will be there. But how are we to pray and contemplate like this? I don't dare even to send my choir out there. We shall get used to it, all of us.
We must be thankful for all of this, for each noise, each face that disturbs us here.
We shall start with the chancel, then gradually work our way from east to west. That's the way it's done, the way I was taught to do it.
I value your enthusiasm, my dear Mason, but so far we're only cleaning up. I haven't even considered hiring a master builder yet. Neither you nor anyone else.
May I show you some drawings?
By all means.
Кстати, куда пропал старший сын этого Тома? Боковая проекция.
You look here first. Imagine you're standing in the center of the nave, looking at the wall. This is what you see.
Are those windows?
Right, but that's not all. On the lowest level are the pillars of the arcade. They're joined by arches making up the bays. Through the archways you can see the windows in the aisle. On top are the clear story windows. Shall I go on?
Yes, of course. I was just thinking. Keep going.
When we walk around the site, we mark where the walls will be, the pillars, the doors and buttresses. Now for that we need a plan like this, to tell us where to place our pegs and string.
Is this how birds would see our church?
Exactly. If you were facing the cathedral with the front wall torn down, you would see it like this.
Interesting. What's that, coming out from above the entrance?
The nave will be about 32 feet high and will appear even higher.
Drawing the eye heavenward with its loftiness.
Well said. A chamber worthy of God.
I always wondered how walls this high could hold up so well.
That's the tower, of course.
I thought so, but why is it right above the nave? Shouldn't it be closer to the transept?
Oh, don't be fooled. The tower is, of course, farther back, but one cannot show depth in a drawing.
Ah, of course. How high will it be?
How high would you like it to be?
Oh, I am not looking for another Tower of Babel. Just for something modest, yet awe-inspiring. What about the other drawings?
Чё, не все?
If you would look at the...
Башня, крыш,
Do
боковые.
you recognize the aisles?
Of course, I've been in quite a few churches in my time.
Did you know then that their purpose is to support the nave?
Fascinating. I must say, you do know your craft, Master Builder.
The walls of the nave are held by the aisles and buttresses.
Короче, мне нужно все тыкнуть-то.
Very interesting. What about the other drawings?
I haven't told you. Here, you can see the transept.
I noticed, yes. It is remarkable how much you can reveal with so few lines.
Thank you, Father. The chancel will have 4 bays.
What about the nave?
The nave is on the left. It has 6 bays.
I can see the transept is 2 bays wide, so it will be 12 in total. It does look splendid, but isn't that rather small?
It would be smaller, but not less impressive.
I guess a small cathedral would be closer to our means. It is still also uncertain. The king grants us timber and stone and wool from Shiring's pastures. But only God knows if it will be enough. I don't suppose you have any idea how much this would cost.
Давайте
I
оптимистично.
know exactly how much this would cost. It would be no more than £3,000.
I've spent the last few weeks working out the annual income of the priory. Here's the answer. £300 a year. And we spend every penny. Go on now, show me the rest of your drawing.
Again? Oh no.
Let me tell you more.
А чё? Тут еще что-то осталось? О май гад.
The Lord will be satisfied with a nave like this.
That is only for the Lord to know.
Let me know when you...
Well, first,
Not many
I can imagine.
Я не понимаю, что... Что
The
нужно?
clear story makes up 2/3. It's important that the bays
Он
of
это
the
уже
spanning...
говорил. Это тоже говорил. То есть
Is
просто
there anything
второй
more?
раз?
No,
If you have no...
by all means.
I understand the chancel is very important. I can assure you it will be beautiful.
You can read my mind, Master Builder. Go on.
Все? Не все?
No cathedral...
Yes, you may.
Фундамент, хрень-брень. Так, все же... Я не понимаю, чего они хотят еще.
Starting right in the middle is the tribune gallery.
Okay.
I can see you've put a lot of thought into this. I was just wondering, how long would this take to build? You can take your time with that answer.
Если нанять...
Well, that depends on how many people you employ. If you can afford 60 masons, you could build the whole church at once instead of working from east to west. That might take 8 years, maybe 10.
I wish my monastic officials had your ability to think ahead and calculate. So, I need to find £200 a year. It doesn't sound so bad when you put it that way. You really want to build this cathedral yourself, don't you?
Yes, Father. I want you to appoint me Master Builder.
Why?
Because he wants to give people hope.
Is that so? Then answer me this one last question. If people were to enter your church, what image would they see crowning the tympanum above the entrance? One of Judgment Day, to teach people to be good? Or one of Paradise, to remind them of God's mercy?
Show them hell, so that they're afraid to do bad things. I'd rather see trees and animals.
It should be the promise of a better life. Therefore, it will show heaven.
Yes.
This is quite exciting, isn't it, brother?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Francis.
I'm just glad that I can be a part of this. In the past year, I was often afraid that my involvement in politics might turn out... well... let's just say that I'm glad that I can still be by your side, Philip. And for that, I thank God. And I thank you too.
Papa, will there be statues inside? Statues?
Oh. That's enough, children. It's time you went out and played. Prior.
Yes?
My first wife, Agnes. She died without a priest, and she's buried in unconsecrated ground. Sometimes a man builds a chapel, or founds a monastery, in the hope that in the afterlife God will remember his piety. I just wonder, do you think my design might serve to protect Agnes's soul?
God no longer asks for blood sacrifices, for the ultimate sacrifice has already been made. But the lesson of Abraham's story is that God demands the best we have to offer, that which is most precious to us. So you must ask yourself, is this design the best thing you could offer?
Except for my children. Yes.
Then rest easy, Tom Builder. God will accept it.
Договор найма. Если вы забыли, что я разговариваю. Договор, датированный 1 февраля 1136 года. Я, Филипп из Гуиненда, в качестве представителя Кингсбриджского монастыря 7 назначаю Тома Строителя мастером-строителем для возведения Кингсбриджского собора. Монастырь обязуется предоставить 200 фунтов ежегодно исключительно для закупок материалов и для оплаты работы мастеровых. Скорость возведения должна быть приведена в соответствии с планами, согласованными с приором. За свою работу Том Строитель и его семья получат собственный дом и право посещать общие трапезы в монастыре. Договор может быть изменен в соответствии с финансовым положением монастыря и допускает возможность дополнительной оплаты работы мастера-строителя. Подписи приор Филипп из Гуинеда и Том Строитель. Миленько. Недружелюбные монахи. Дыра.
Jack, do me a favor and give Paul these herbs, will you?
Ух уж эти квесты маленькие.
But he's a monk. You don't like monks.
Well, it turns out not all of them are bad. Still, be careful before you trust any one of them.
Well, your son already trusted me. Oh yes, I know that the builder is not his father, and I also know about you. It won't be long till they throw you out of Kingsbridge. Witch.
Oopsie.
There he is! Give our prior the welcome he deserves!
Oh, you know, I am only following God's will.
Prepare to raise the bell! Make the prior proud!
Well, thank you.
Go on, Jack. Don't forget about Paul's herbs.
Кто такой Пол? А, вот Альфред, я думала, он сдох. Просто я только поняла, что в последующих эпизодах его не было. В предыдущем эпизоде его не было.
I'm supervising. Tom asked me to. We see eye to eye now, you know. He asks me things and I can say yes or no.
Huh.
Hey, did you tell him that I had trouble with him?
Нет, я ничего не говорила.
Right. I have to carve up some steaks later. If you want, you can help me. Or you can do whatever the hell it is you're doing all day. It's your call.
Чё, никуда не наводится, не понимаю. Проход. А, это брат Пол, это он.
This is from my mother.
Oh, bless her. Boy, whatever Remedius says, your mother is a saint. Oh, is that the bell? Can you see it from here?
Да.
A bell without a cathedral. Your father certainly had strange ideas.
It might be. What's a bell?
Это алиен?
Excuse me. You. I remember you. You're the boy with no father.
Actually, I have two fathers now.
Is that so?
Yes. Tom Builder and Jack Sherbug.
I thought you weren't the builder's son.
Well, I am now.
I have to say, Prior Philip told me there would be a lot of sheep here. I can see he wasn't exaggerating.
You know Philip too?
I do. He's the reason I'm here. Is he around?
He should be around somewhere. Busy man, that fellow. But don't worry. You probably won't have to look for him for long.
All right. Thank you.
Это его крышиха или что? Нет, тут анимация такая кайфовая просто. Ну, я, по крайней мере, балдею. О, опять этот хам. Хамли.
Shall we go after them?
Он нашел ее. Черт, только сейчас дошло.
No. Now we know where we can find them.
Ha-ho!
Ха-хо. Да.
My bishop, William Hamley, has returned to see you.
Send him in, Timothy.
We have much to discuss.
Так, глава 7. Восстановление Кингсбриджа. Произошедшие события. О боже, почему музыка такая громкая? Вы дали оптимистичную оценку стоимости строительства. Вы решили... А что это, кстати, вообще решает? Вы решили, что мотивом изображения на тимпане нового собора будет рай. Никто не узнал об участии Фрэнсиса в заговоре. Конечно, рай, потому что ада и так хватает в реальной жизни. Никто не узнал об участии Фрэнсиса в заговоре. Но я не буду говорить. Даже в будущем. Леди Алиена. Почему она хочет поговорить с Филиппом? Епископ Олриан начал плести заговор против Кингсбриджа. Вы закончили книгу 1. Ура, поздравляю. И получается уже начнется.
Find out what happened to me and my brother Richard after the siege of our father's castle. What will the future hold in store for Kingsbridge? The Pillars of the Earth. Sowing the Wind.
Закончили книгу из пепла. Теперь мы будем продолжать уже в следующем эпизоде вторую книгу. Окей. Negotiation skills. End of book 1. Everything in order. Все? Окей. Ну все, на этом закончим. И уже приступим ко второй книге. До свидания.